Good evening, and welcome to part three of what was supposed to be the Lego Mario Kart two-part miniseries, but we had issues and couldn't get it all done on schedule. So here we are to wrap up with the final Lego Mario Kart set, the Donkey Kong car. A little bit of a recap. We started Lego Mario Kart with the Mario's standard car and the Grand Prix set on Mario Day back on the 10th, with the plan to finish over the weekend the remaining Mario Kart sets. However, we had a hiccup in that we needed emergency maintenance done in the place, and the Saturday stream was disrupted with a family doing prep work, and I couldn't get to the last set. So here we are with we're gonna celebrate Donkey Kong's car tonight. Um, Camera. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick. Uh, but I should be okay for the big planned stream this weekend. That's another thing. The work they did, my studio area was somewhat disrupted, and I wanted to do a Lego test stream before doing the big set this weekend because I want that one to go well. So I knew that this was a set that needed to be done ASAP, it was perfect to do for my studio reset test stream. So here we are. Here's the Donkey Kong set. I only pulled out Mario tonight. I don't have the other figures out because of the work we had done. I had to pack up most of my Lego stuff, including all my accessories. So I only pulled out one figure because we're only doing the one car. Let's go ahead and before we get into Donkey Kong though, I learned that it isn't there aren't six Mario Kart sets. There's actually a seventh. There's this Pit Crew Toad polybag, and I literally learned about this one after I had the other ones in hand, and so I went ahead and got this one as well. So now I can really say I have a complete set of Lego Mario Kart. So we'll do the polybag first. I'm not going to pull up the online instructions for that one because polybag, the little polybag instruction papers, I don't think really show well in the corner. But let's move Mario into our standard position, and here's the Pit Crew Toad polybag. The backs of polybags aren't really anything special, but they have this nice racing checker design on the side. I, even though I'm not using the instructions on screen for this, actually, let's see, maybe we can. It doesn't look too terrible on screen. I did pull up the instructions for myself. So let's just see how does it look real quick. So let's just see how does. Okay, I know my audio is working, so let's get into it. It's a little cut off. We can fix that though. See the polybag instructions are on these little slips of paper instead of being in books, and so the shaping is all wrong for stream. But we can work with this. The piece count is tiny enough; it won't be an issue. Let's open them up. So if you have a complete set the 7 Lego Mario Kart sets, you will have two blue Pit Crew Toads, both from the garage, the Toad's Garage set, and then you'll have two red Pit Crew Toads, one from this little poly bag, which is just called Toad Pit Crew, and one from the Mario Standard Cart. Here's the little actual slip of paper. We'll set that aside. I'll set that aside. And we just have this tiny pile of parts in front of us. Because that's all polybags are. It's like a very tiny uh, sampler set, if you will. Oh, let's not skip pieces here. I've done so many Toads over my Mario collection that building Toad is, I could probably do it with my eyes closed, but I'm not going to. I also have my bag of separators packed away, so let's hope I don't make any mistakes tonight, because that would be disastrous. Yeah, you can see with the as wide as the polybag instruction sheet is, you can see I have the hold on. You can see it's cutting off more of my build area than normal instruction book pages. So let's get him done so that we can get DK up. And the picture shows him holding, where is the red tile? Did I not? There it is. My hand was covering it. And in the picture, he's holding the crowbar. Like this. So here's our Pit Crew Toad. You can see the Toad logo on the side of his helmet. And since the only other character we're building tonight is Donkey Kong, Toad can stay out and watch the builds. So, character polybags usually include a little bit of a side build, so let's go ahead and put that together. In this case, it's a bit of equipment. This is, I believe, meant to be an add-on to the garage. Kind of some extra stuff for the garage, if you will. So it looks like there's a little service cart. Yeah. So this little build represents a service cart. And then you get one single wheel. In this case, it's a purple wheel with it's a yellow wheel with a purple tile. And you get this one. I do like the star pattern they use for the Mario Kart wheels, even though you never see it because it's on the inside. And they have wheel covers on the outside. Here's what the other side looks like. And this wheel can attach to the pin on the cart like this. And so now you have a little service cart for Toad to push around with a wheel on it. We'll set that down, and we have here a little build for a service station. Very simple little build. Excuse me. There is a scan tile. It's the speech bubble with wrench one. Although the camera doesn't want to focus right now. We've seen this one before, but we'll still let Mario hit it once, I guess. So there's going to be another pin on the service area. also to hold the same wheel, so you can put the wheel here when Toad's not pushing it around. And we have the little computer keyboard printed tile. This is a fairly standard Lego piece, the computer keyboard. And then for the actual screen, oh, we also get the screen. I'll attach the screen, and before I show you the completed workstation monitor, also we have to attach the wrench to the little tool clip on the side. So you can take the wheel off of the little service cart like this, and then you can put it next to the computer like this. But for now, we're going to leave it on the service cart. And then the little computer monitor attaches at the end of the little platform like this. So here's our completed, actually, we can turn the instructions off at this point. And let me go ahead and preset the other instructions. If it will let me. There we go. I'd say we're doing well so far for this little test stream. I had concerns, and it took me longer than usual to get the camera correctly set up the way I usually do. And even now we're still slightly crooked, but it's not bad. So the Donkey Kong instructions are ready, but first here's a quick look at Toad's little workstation area. There is a monitor at the end which just shows a generic computer operating system screen. There's the wrench on the side. You saw the wheel mount. And of course, Mario can interact with Toad here. So this one, I can't show because my camera doesn't like them, I can't show the animations on the figures on stream, as you know, but it's the same animation of Pit Crew Toad doing some work and then Mario gets some coins. We've seen that before on some of the other sets. Here's another look at the service cart with the wheel on it. Let's get these out of here and move on to the main event for tonight, which is the Donkey Kong DK Jumbo Cart. Like all the other Mario Kart sets, it looks like you do get a green shell and a red shell based on this picture. And it looks like the banana peel, of course, would also be in this one. The banana peel isn't in every Mario Kart set, it's in a few of them. But it makes double sense for it to be in the Donkey Kong set because bananas are a key part of the Donkey Kong games. So there's the front of the box. And here's the back of the box. And now let's proceed with the build. So yeah, I think this DK isn't going to be exactly the same as the other Donkey Kong figure from the DK Treehouse set, because that one had an option to attach a little seat to DK's back that Mario and Luigi could ride for coins. And this Donkey Kong figure, I would assume, would not have that option. So there's the empty box. I'll put the other trash from earlier into here. And here's the instruction book. This is a thick one, but you know what we do with these, so I'll just set that there. We do have a sticker sheet with this one. Looks like it's 8 stickers. Six of them are circles, the dreaded circles. Of course, he's gonna have wheel covers as well. Let's see, we have a bag 3, a bag 1, and a bag 2. So set 2 and 3 aside. We have bag 1 ready to go. Let's bring the instructions back up and start the build. So it says to open bag 1. Let's get right to it. We actually went to theater today, and it was a really good show. And the lead actress was actually someone that my brother used to follow on YouTube. The whole cast was very good, of course. But when we came out of the theater, my brother's car broke down in the parking lot. So when I got impatient, I just called an Uber and had to get myself out of there. Okay, so bag 1, I think, will be Donkey Kong himself. And then bags 2 and 3 will be the car, is my assumption. We also have this little paper packet, which I think is Donkey Kong's tie. Yeah, Donkey Kong's iconic tie is in here. And also somehow one piece slipped into there as well. I pulled out the piece. I'm not going to pull out the tie until the instructions call for it. So we're going to start to build Donkey Kong. In terms of figure complexity, Donkey Kong may be the second most involved build after Bowser. Yeah. It's cool to be getting a second Donkey Kong figure, though. He's such an iconic character, and having 2 means I can do different displays with him. If I wanted to do different Mario displays, Donkey Kong can now be featured twice, if I wanted to. Speaking of displays, all my carefully crafted Lego displays around the room had to come down for the maintenance work. So yeah, I don't get to look at cool Legos around me right now. The Mona Lisa's still up. Thankfully they didn't have to do anything with the wall. And the Black Pearl, that's still up, because that's like that shelf is like the one spot of this place that wasn't affected by the maintenance work. So Black Pearl thankfully didn't have to come down. And like I said, Mona Lisa. But you'll have to go back in my channel history on my YouTube to learn more about those 2 sets. The banana peel is in the parts pile for this bag, so that's cool. That's something to look forward to. in this part of the build. Where's the other piece? Oh, I was looking for the wrong color. That's why I didn't see the other piece. So yeah, tomorrow is game day. Uh, Hopefully, unless we have another unexpected disaster. We're going to the tavern, the one that has my favorite sandwich that only they have. That after waiting for over a year to go there again, we finally went there last week, and that specific day, they were sold out of that sandwich. They better have it tomorrow. I don't need anything else to go wrong this week. But hey, we're building Lego, and we got an even bigger build coming this weekend, so there's that. I'm not 100% sure if the big stream planned for this weekend is going to be Saturday or Sunday. I have no way of knowing because my brother he wants to do a family visit over the weekend, and he's not sure whether he's going Saturday or Sunday. But I'm going with him. So if he goes Saturday, then I'll stream. Then I'll do my big Lego stream on Sunday. And if he goes on Sunday, then I'll do the big Lego stream on Saturday. I may do a zoo stream or another game after Temple on Friday, depending on how I feel. I may need it. I may need a game session. We're not doing London this week, though, because Brett is going to be, he has other plans. So, the body is starting to shape together nicely. Yeah. Especially now that we're adding some tiling in. Yeah. Yeah, this version of Donkey Kong definitely doesn't have the it doesn't have the big gap to hold the seat that the other Donkey Kong needed to have. This is actually a solid version of his body. Okay, the instruction book is doing things out of order. That's okay, I can roll with that. I see what is meant to happen here, so let's do it. And now we're putting on the feet pieces. So now we can finally stand it up as we work on it. Still a little bit, it'll still be a little bit off balance till it's completed, of course. Oh man. Is this one of the arms, maybe? Let's see, so the picture shows him lying like that. Okay, so this goes in like this, then, with the hole facing forward, like this. Now the same thing, but in reverse for the other side. I did get one fairly major score this week. I did have one thing go well. But, I'm not sure if it's relevant to stream, so if it's anything I'll ever be able to do stream anything with, so I'll have to, I'm not ready to share, uh, that just yet. But suffice to say, there's one game console that came out a long time ago, which was my favorite game console of all time because of its uniqueness, a unique feature it had, and I just got one. I used to have one many years ago when it first came out, and well, that one was stolen, and for many years I've been wanting to replace it, but never had the opportunity. And I just got gifted one. Of course, it's obsolete now, so game options are kind of limited, but I'll work with what I got. So now we put the hands in. So that's what he looks like with arms and hands now. So it shows him in this little gorilla position. And we gotta, this is how the shoulder pads apply. So we basically have a headless gorilla now. So this is going to be his head, as shown in the inset picture. Let's keep going. Sorry I got quiet again. I guess I ran out of stuff to talk about. I'm also trying to focus. As you can see, Donkey Kong is one of the most involved character. Well, not the most involved, but one of the most involved uh, character builds in the Lego Mario series. I have to concentrate extra attention today because I don't have access to my tools. I don't have a separator, so mistakes are going to be a serious matter if they are made. I should have access. Well, I know the set, the special set that I have set for this weekend. I know that set comes with a separator, so we won't have any. That won't be a concern this weekend. He's just about ready for prime time, it looks like. Now is where we get to pull out the tie. And now we can attach the head over the tie. His tie is sticking out. Let's put a little crease in it to make it sit better. That's good enough. I think that should be good enough once I reattach the head. No, still sticking out too much. Let's fix that a little bit more. I want to make sure I'm doing it straight and centered because creases are forever. Alright, now that should work. Yeah, that looks good. So we fixed his tie. There's enough flex on it that you can make it stick out if he's going to take the forelimb position. But there's Donkey Kong completed. He looks good. And the banana peel. Is he able to hold the banana peel? Upside down. What if I... Yeah. That doesn't look right the way he's holding it, though. He's holding the banana peel in such a way as if he's about to throw it. I think that's good for posing. The instructions say he wants to be down like that, but he can't balance on 3 legs like that, so we'll just stand him up since I want him to hold the banana peel. Actually, let's move things around because he's the biggest figure. And he'll be upstaging the action with his cart build if we put him in the middle. So there we go. The guys are ready for bag 2, in which we start building the DK Jumbo car. We're about 40 minutes into stream. So I think we're making good time so far. Timing-wise, I think we're right about where I wanted to be for pacing. We have pretty good pacing tonight, I think. Because I didn't want tonight to be a terribly long stream. I mean, we're just doing this one set, and of course the polybag we did at the beginning. Let's go on. And the car has officially begun. There are some Lego Mario fans, myself included, who consider the Bowser car that came out a while ago to unofficially be part of the Lego Mario Kart series. Obviously, it's not, but I do feel that it foreshadowed the wave, um, and definitely does work as part of Lego Mario Kart displays. I did it myself for like 2 days um, after that first Grand Prix stream last week until I learned about the emergency work that had to be done. And all your Legos got to come down now. And I miss seeing my displays up. Hmm. Okay. Wow. The chassis for this car seems to be coming together pretty quickly, which is a good thing. It means we're being efficient. The latest rumor going around the Lego world, is that Pokemon's coming in next year. It's a bit too early. I'll believe it when I see it, considering that the other Lego, I mean Mega, which is the other big construction toy company, they have a Pokemon license. My guess is Nintendo's trying to consolidate their toy licenses because they got Mario, Zelda, and Animal Crossing all going through Lego, and then they got Pokemon going through Mega. So I guess they're just trying to consolidate. Here is the engine tile for this car. Yeah, seems I ran out of stuff to talk about again. But that's okay. Less talk equals more focus. And more focus usually equals better efficiency. I still don't like having dead air for too long. That's not how you build a successful stream with dead air. Unless you advertise your stream is going to be such. And we have an assembly now. Here's the chassis so far. It doesn't look like much yet. Okay. Wow. There's definitely some interesting shaping going on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is going well. I like when things go well. And I'm much rather enjoying the quiet for a little bit. We haven't had a lot of that the past few days. And I'm tired of all the chaos. I need a break from the chaos. So that's another reason why we're here tonight. I had to test my studio, make sure it was good for this weekend. and I needed a break from all the chaos we've been having. So yeah, Lego's good for that. Lego's relaxing most of the time. There are some sets that will drive you crazy though. I've heard things like the Captain America shield, the Eiffel Tower, things like that are not so relaxing. So there's this little speed gauge printed tile, and yeah, that's definitely not focusing. Sorry about that. Part of the studio reset is I had to adjust the lighting again. So little tiny details that used to focus don't seem to be fully focusing anymore. That's one thing I gotta work on. It's probably not gonna be that big a deal for the Lego sets I have planned, but little tiny stuff it will be a big deal for. Oh, I see what's going on there. So Donkey Kong has this little wrench that we're supposed to attach into the driver area. I'm not sure if this is meant to represent. Oh no, the way it's clipped in, I think this just represents he has access to an emergency tool if he needs it. That's pretty cool, actually. Not everyone has the tool they need in an emergency, so it's good that Donkey Kong is thinking ahead and coming to the race prepared. This is a 2x, but it's a one-page 2x, so we'll just attach them as I do them. Okay, this one go over here. Okay, looks like we're finally going to get started with some bits that represent surface detailing here. we get our first sticker of the night. But thankfully there's not a terribly huge number of these. There's 8 total stickers. Let me finish up the build and then I'll show you the sticker. This is what this section looks like with the DK logo sticker. Now that sticker's large enough that the non-focus issue isn't that big a deal. You can still see it pretty clearly. Then this will press in like this. Did I miss a piece? Oh no, I didn't miss a piece. It's a piece that gets added with the little side panel that we just did. So everything will look right again when I do the one for the other side. It's a square sticker. I don't usually have this much trouble getting squares lined up and centered. Could just be all the stress I've had this week. But the big set we're doing this weekend, very special set I chose to celebrate the first weekend of spring with. And here's the best part. Well, one of the best parts is it looks really cool. And the other really best part is that set has no stickers. I looked it up. I didn't show you that side because it's exactly the same as the other side. This cart is taking shape pretty efficiently. We just passed the 1 hour mark, and we're almost out of pieces for bag 2, which means we'll be going into the last bag very shortly. This is a 2x build, so we're going to do the same steps before I turn the page. Excuse me. This cart does seem a little bit bulkier than a few of the carts. But that could just be me. I'm not 100% sure on that. Bag 3 time, and yeah, we're still operating upside down, so I'll leave that as it is for now. So what we just put on are the axle blocks, and now I'm going to open up bag 3. We have 6 stickers that are going to come into play in this part of the build, and all of them are circles. And while we're sitting here thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and set the wheels aside. Out of the way. I always put the wheels out of the way. And also while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to set up the 2 shells. There's a red one and a green one, just like all the other sets. I'm surprised none of the sets contained one of the blue ones, because the blue shell is one of the most powerful, iconic weapons in the Mario Kart games. I'm finally going to get to play a Mario Kart once again for the first time in years, an actual Mario Kart. Because I just got a first Nintendo system I've owned in several years. I acquired a Nintendo system this week. So of course Mario Kart was the first game I got for it, because Mario Kart is actually my favorite sub-series in the Mario franchise. I never really got into Mario when I was younger. It's only now that there's so many games it's really hard to get into that I've played Mario like all my life, of course, different Mario games, but I've never really been into it. Like, I couldn't tell you the difference between Mario, all the different Mario series. There's like a ton of them, and I'm not that guy. I'm just a Lego Mario is pretty cool. I like how it represents the video game as well. I like the interactivity of the Lego Mario. You know, it'd be an interesting. It'd be interesting as a video game if they ever made it. Although they probably wouldn't. Is Lego Mario would be an interesting video game adaptation. Basically, a Lego version of the Mario games. Considering Lego already has the Nintendo Mario license, I'm sure that would be I'm sure that could be a potential bestseller for them if they ever made it. Hopefully, bag 3 won't take too long, because I'm getting thirsty. I'm still getting over being sick, and it was a stressful day. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what's going to happen here. We're starting to put together that distinctive barrel shape around the front of the cart that we see in the box. Alright, let's keep it going. I have a feeling the next couple pages are going to be somewhat repetitive, but the end result is going to be worth it. The end result almost always is when things get repetitive like this. Oh, I'm looking for the wrong piece. That's what that was. Is that gap supposed to be there? Yeah. The gap gives it some nice texture. Alright, that's on. Sticker time. This is a big DK logo. And it's a circle sticker, which means it needs to be centered. It's not perfect, but it's reasonably good enough. That looks good, actually. Try and line this up correctly because I have no way of taking it. I don't think I have a way of taking it out if it's slightly crooked. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So there's the front of the card. Um, I like that look. Let's keep going now. So now it looks like we're setting up the steering system. We have this big steering wheel we're about to attach. And that goes on right here. Okay. So now I have there it is. Okay. So now it looks like we're doing the shaping for the other end of the car. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot a piece. There we go. Now that bit looks good. Let's keep going. Looks like the cart itself is almost done. Okay, yeah. Okay, assembly time. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what that bit is supposed to represent. Oh, not sure that bit represents anything in particular. Um, Maybe it's supposed to represent a tail spoiler. I don't know. I'm not an expert in race car design. I had built like 43 Speed Champions cars on this channel, but I've never been a car person, generically speaking. I just like the Lego ones. So this bar attaches on the front like this. Why aren't things lined up properly? It's not sitting straight. So something's not pushed in all the way, obviously. There. That's better. I think we fixed it. Okay, that's supposed to be on the ground in front of him. I'm going to give a little tiny bit of clearance. Wheel time. Why? Excuse me a minute. DK decided to take a fall. He lost part of his face. Hold on. I see where they went. We almost went a whole stream, Lego stream, without something falling on the floor, but right at the end, right at the end, it decided to fall on the floor for no reason. I wasn't even doing anything on that part of the table. It just fell over. So it seems even when I'm careful, I still can't avoid having a Lego stream something fall on the floor at least once. Even when I'm being extra careful, it almost gets to the end of the stream without anything falling. I have no idea why he toppled, because there's been more vibration on the table other parts of stream than just then. Let's realign my table, and okay, let's assembly line these wheels. So we'll tile them, we'll sticker them, we'll tire them, and then we will attach them to the cart. Oh yeah, that's badly off center. Let me try and adjust that before I move on. It's a wheel, so centering matters. At least I don't have to line it up with the anti-studs on the bottom, because it is a wheel. So the only thing that matters is centering, not actually alignment, on this one at least. That's better. But there is a little bit of a visible scratch in the sticker now. The wheel still looks a lot better though. This sticker also needs an adjustment. This one's also badly off center. There we go. And that the sticker looks good now. This is what the wheel looks like. There's kind of a tree stump, wood grain ring pattern going on with these wheels. I like it. It's probably the most unique of the wheel cover designs on all the Mario Kart cars in the series. Stud shooter time. I mean, I meant to say shell shooter time because that's what it is in Mario Kart. Test. It works. Before we get into the scenery bit, let's so yeah, it plays the engine noises when the car is moving. And if you stop the car, the engine goes into idling. And when you first jump into the car, it plays a few beats of the iconic Donkey Kong drum line. So that's cool. Now let's get this little scenery build going. It's only a few pieces. It's not going to be that big a deal. And then we'll be done for the night. If I didn't have so much that I had to do tonight, I would say let's extend the stream with a little bit of a zoo session, but I'm not doing that. I am not. I got a lot of things I need to do in preparation for game day tomorrow. And our last sticker of the night. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Here's the empty sticker sheet. That wasn't too bad for a Mario Kart set. Okay, I see what's going on here. So it's a little target uh, for the player to practice shell shooting. The shell hits it, and it just falls in like that. I don't think it does anything though. Oh, you're supposed to put the banana peel on it, and they can hit it with a shell and knock the banana peel over. Well, DK can't hold his banana peel right now anyway because he has to go in the car. So, little scenery build. Banana peel on top. And he has his shell shooters. And he has to go into his car to ride it. I never actually showed you. Alright. Let me close the instructions here, because we're done with them. We did this in about an hour and a half, which is a little over, which is kind of what I estimated we would be. A little over. Alright, so with the instructions off, you can get a good view of the Donkey Kong cart, the DK Jumbo, as it's called on the box. I guess Donkey Kong isn't much for engines. This thing doesn't have visible engines like the other cars had. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you put DK into the car like this. I think he goes in. He's meant to go in, I think. You can't really stud him in, but you do that. All right. And then, of course, he falls out, so if you're not careful, so let me try and get a good pose for him. There. He's a little more secure now. So that's what he looks like in the car. You can see he's big enough that he kind of barely doesn't really fit. Well, he does fit. It's kind of like the Bowser car in that he's like way bigger than his car himself. He looks cool. Alright. Let me clear these spare bits out. And you know what? I don't want to have the banana loose. I'll lose track of it. So we'll put his arm up, and he can make like he's getting ready to throw the banana. Like that. Looks good. Let's put some scenery in the back. We have that. We have the Toad workstation we can use for scenery as well. Shells. Actually, I don't think he can hold him. Can he hold them? No, the shells are not able to be held by the figures. Alright. So we'll put Toad back here in his little work area. And Mario we'll have here, I guess, talking to Donkey Kong. And we'll set the two shells aside, but they can stay on camera anyway, even though they don't really have anything to do with the scene. And who are we raiding out to? Yeah, let's get a raid going and get out of here. Live gig or studio gig? Alright. Mandy Prater is on. She has a good show, but sometimes she allows raids and sometimes she doesn't. That's my first choice. If we... Yeah, studio gig, so... Let's try to raid Mandy Prater. Okay, raids are blocked. Oh, we always have our old standby, John Lee. I see music is code on. He's a good show, but unfortunately he blocks raids. So let me see if John Lee is actually on, and it's not his 2-hour piano medley video loop, because John Lee tries to keep his channel on 24/7 with his video loop, but if he's actually there. No, he's actually there. We are rating John Lee tonight. He's a good show. I've been rating him for years. I think you'll enjoy it. He's a very talented musician. Let's see. I think he said he's in Michigan. He has an adorable family. Very talented with the music. I mean, he can play a tournament level game of chess and a tournament level game of Scrabble simultaneously. Anyway, have a good night, and I will see you soon. He has an adorable family. He can play a
It's been a while. How you been? Shout out to Uncle Evie. We doing some Lego tonight? Yes. What were you working on building tonight?